Hi everyone, I'm Katie, an infant toddler Montessori teacher and registered early childhood educator. In today's video, I'm going to share 5 Montessori inspired activities for spring. Stick around until the end of the video where I'll share some of the free printables that we have available on our site. Activity number 1 is helping with spring maintenance in the garden or the yard. So things like raking leaves, pulling weeds, planting flowers are all amazing practical life activities to introduce to your child. They're great for developing fine motor skills, gross motor skills, and they also help the child to develop an interest in caring for the outdoor environment. What's really important with garden maintenance, if you're going to introduce your toddler or your preschool, is the right tools. You want to make sure that they're using tools that they can manage. It'll be easier for them to participate if they aren't fumbling with tools that are too big for them. So something like a child-sized rake, a child-sized shovel, even a wheelbarrow are all great tools to add to your outdoor environment. You want to think about the tools that you will be using and try to find smaller versions of those for your child to be able to use. I'm going to do a future video on gardening with toddlers and preschoolers, so look out for that. Activity number 2 is hang a bird feeder and watch the birds that come to eat. The spring is a great time to learn about birds. I did so many bird-themed activities in the classroom around this time of year. If you have an outdoor space at home, I recommend either buying or making a bird feeder or even a birdhouse and hanging it outside of a window that your child can see out of. The child will learn what birds eat, how they move, what they sound like, and if they're really interested, they'll also learn the skill of observation. They might take some time to look out the window at the birds and see everything that wildlife has to offer. If you're interested in making a bird feeder, here's an easy one. All you need is some leftover orange peel, a strong cord, and some bird seed. If your child is really interested in birds, I cannot recommend this tube set of backyard birds enough. This set was so popular in the toddler classroom and in the CASA classroom. You could introduce this set at the same time as the bird feeder or the bird house, and maybe the same birds will come to visit. So birds like a blue jay, a robin, there's also a cardinal, and so on. I really encourage you to check it out if your child is showing an interest in birds. This tube set also comes with free printable nomenclature cards that you can use to learn the different names, and you can also use them for matching activities. These figurines are also really great to take outside, play with them in the sandbox, take them to the park, and see if you can find any of the birds in your neighborhood. Activity number 3 is flower arranging. Flower arranging was one of my favorite activities to do in the toddler classroom, and it was really popular during all seasons. So you don't just have to put this activity out or introduce it to your child in the springtime. It's for all seasons. It sounds hard to believe that 2-year-olds are capable or even interested in flower arranging, but they can do it. And I've seen some children spend a good chunk of their time in the classroom focusing on learning how to arrange flowers and making little bouquets to beautify the classroom. As with everything in Montessori, it's simply about giving them the right tools so that they can be successful and showing them how it's done. You can buy flowers from your local shop, or you can go and cut wildflowers if you live in an area that has wildflowers. You could go for a little walk, bring a basket and some scissors, and cut some of the wildflowers. Even dandelions will do. I can't tell you how many times we came back from a walk and the children had handfuls of dandelions that they then wanted to put into vases and share with the classroom. For younger children, I would definitely recommend the parents helping them to cut the flowers, but an older child that is familiar with scissors could probably do it independently. Once you get home, you just want to gather some small vases, a pitcher, and a funnel, and the child can fill the vases with water and then place the flowers. You just want to make sure that you cut the flowers down to size so that they fit in whatever vase it is that you're using. This is a really great activity for following the child. Let them choose which flowers they want to use for their flower arrangements, even if you end up with vases full of tall grass or dried leaves. It's what they want to do, it's what they think is beautiful, so I would encourage that all the way. Activity number 4 is to paint with fallen objects from nature. So painting with things like sticks, even rocks, leaves, flowers that have fallen, anything that you find on the ground that could then be used as a tool to make a mark. So all you need to do is take a walk. Bring a little basket with you and encourage your child to pick things up that they find interesting. Once you get home, set up a few small containers of washable paint, some paper, and show them how they can use some of the objects they found as paintbrushes. One year, we used flowers that were ready to be thrown out. So the flowers that we had previously used for flower arranging, once they were sort of on their last leg and ready to go in the green bin, we decided to use the flowers as paintbrushes. So it was really incredible. The children, they made prints out of these flowers and it turned into this really beautiful art activity. I got so much feedback from the parents about how beautiful these pieces of art turned up. And it created so much wonderful conversation as the children very delicately took the flowers, put them in the paint, and then made different prints. Some children, I will say, used them as a paintbrush and the flower fell apart very quickly, but other children noticed that there was a print and they used it sort of as a stamp rather than a brush. So it's a really great opportunity for your child to get creative and explore some of the natural elements. I will add here that if your child isn't interested in collecting items, or if you notice that they're collecting items that won't be easily used to then paint with, you can definitely help them along. You can collect some things that you think would be of interest, and you can set up the activity for them. They may be more interested once they see it all set up. And if they would rather paint the objects than paint with the objects, a really great activity is painting rocks. Find some rocks, wash them. Washing rocks is a really great practical life activity. We did it in the classroom. And once the rocks are dry, get some paint and the child can paint the rocks. And once the paint is dry, what we would do at school is we then put the painted rocks in the garden. And the children loved coming to school every day and seeing the painted rocks in their garden. So that's another idea you could do. Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to let you know about our Montessori at Home program. If you like these activities, you will love our At Home program. We send you 2 to 3 activities directly to your inbox every week, and the lessons are designed by me, a certified Montessori teacher. All lessons are designed for the exact age of your child in months, and most of the materials that we use are items that you probably already have around the house. If you're interested, just click the link in the description below. Activity number 5 is boot scrubbing. One of the best parts of spring, I think especially if you're a kid, is the rain. But with rain comes mud. Rather than seeing the mud as a big mess, I like to look at it as an opportunity to learn the practical skill of boot scrubbing. All you need is a bin of warm water, some soap, some scrub brushes, and a muddy pair of boots. For me, the best part of this activity is that the purpose is so clear. Because they're washing their muddy boots, they can see their boots going from dirty to clean so that they understand I keep going until I get all of the mud off of my boots. I'll also quickly add here that after the rain is a great time to go out looking for worms. It's again something that we used to do in the classroom. Bring a magnifying glass with you and go out to your local park or even into your garden and see if you can find some worms. It creates really great conversation. All right, so those are the 5 Montessori-inspired spring activities that I have for you. And now I'm going to share some of the printables that we have available for free on our website. I will link to them in the description below. The first one are these flower nomenclature cards. Identify the flowers on your walks or print them out and use them for a matching activity. We've created 2 different sets, so hopefully you can find at least a few of them on your neighborhood walks. Typical garden flowers and pollinators. The next one is a spring scavenger hunt. So print one out, take it on a walk and see what you can find in your neighborhood. Something else you could do is create your own using things that you know that you will see on your walks if some of these things aren't readily available in your neighborhood. So in the animal world, spring is often associated with babies. So we also have these mother and baby nomenclature cards. You can use them as regular nomenclature cards to learn the different names of the animals or use them as a matching activity. The next one is a color hunt. Print one off and look for all the different colors in your neighborhood. This would be especially good once all the flowers start blooming. You could also play I Spy. I Spy is a really great game. You don't need to take anything with you. You can just I Spy with my little eye, something that is blank, and it's a really great activity for language development. If your child enjoys working with dot markers, we have a great collection of dot printables on our website, and these are some of our spring themed ones. So we have a flower, a butterfly, and a rainbow. New to our site, we also have these spring themed cutting strips. So this is really great for refining cutting skills. And then once they cut them out, you could use them for a gluing activity. And then lastly, we have these spring sequencing cards. So we have an egg hatching and a flower growing. Sequencing cards are great for introducing words like before and after or first and last. They're also a fun way to develop logic, problem solving, and storytelling skills. They help the child to learn to make predictions, what comes next, and they teach the child to recognize patterns and understand the order of things. So check out the sequencing cards. Like I said, if you're interested in any of these printables, I will link to them in the description below, or you can just go to our website and scroll to the very bottom where you'll find our free printables section. All right, well, happy spring, everyone. I hope you enjoy some of these activities, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, it really helps our channel if you like and subscribe. This helps other parents to find our channel. And if you have a question, feel free to comment your question below and we'll answer it in a future video. Take care. Bye.